might want. And just show your appreciation with a big round of applause for Katie. All right, I'm going to turn the mic over to Katie now. Thank you, everyone. That was pretty short for me, Karen.
All right. Good afternoon, everyone. Glad you're here. I can tell that it's been several days at the horse show already by your faces and excitement. Y'all ready to be here?
Yes, okay.
We're going to ride through these patterns, these trail patterns. We're going to start with the rookie and the limited patterns. They're just a slight bit different than the open and the junior patterns and the regular amateur patterns. Only one slight difference where this pattern, the rookie here, is going to be a regular lope over that log, and there's not going to be a drag. It's going to be just pick up that rope and trot around. Where the regular AM class and the open classes are going to be an extended lope over the log, and you're going to actually drag the figure 8. This pattern here is not how it's going to be exactly set up tomorrow. This is a representation of it. Depending on what class, these trot throughs might be wider, it might be more narrow. I can guarantee you the walkovers are not going to be in a pretty straight line like this. So don't get your heart set on what this looks like, but it is going to be very, very similar, okay? The object of this class is to show how broke and maneuverable and fluid your horse is.
This class is supposed
To represent an actual going out, working in the pasture, checking fence, stopping, taking a drink, whatever kind of pattern, okay? There is fancy trail that is measured and you have to be exact, and there is exact counts. This is not that trail. This is more of a usability trail, if that makes sense. So what the judges are going to be looking for is your horse to flow through this pattern with ease and alertness. Not mechanical, not counting strides, just a nice even flow. I like to kind of think of it as if you have ever danced with anybody in your life, and if you ever dance with someone bad, you know that they're dancing with you, but they're going 1, 2, 1, 2, and it doesn't feel very good, right? It's like, I need a new dance partner. Okay, if your trail looks like that, the judges are going to mark it like that. We want it to look like 1, 2, 3, look at me move through this. So where there are things in this pattern that aren't specific, say it doesn't say specifically which way to turn, don't turn the way
that's going to step on your partner's feet.
and make it look awkward, you know? Do it the most efficient way. And I will try to demonstrate that for you. Not going to guarantee anything. So we're going to start with entering from this gate right here. You're going to look for your judges to give you the orange flag telling you that you're ready to go, and you're going to walk over the bridge. Now, some horses might put their head down and look at it. Some might pick their head up. It doesn't matter. Let's make sure we're just maneuvering through our obstacles smoothly, okay? Pick up a regular lope. We're going to have one log lope. This would be an extended for the other class, right? Now, I know there's going to be a teepee here that we have to lope around and a barrel in between. Lope around. Break to a walk. Whoa. Okay, so where we break to a walk there, it says you may collect the lope before you walk. If you're loping around and you feel like you can just shut it right down from where you're,
This is for the senior pattern and the
amateur, then just come straight into that walk. If you feel like you need to sit back, just kind of get a hold of your horse a little bit more and then ask for the walk, do that. It's going to be a walk around up to your drag or your rope. We'll pick up our rope, whether it's attached or not to something, then drag a figure 8 to the right or to the left first. Now, You got to think about what works best for you and how you feel that sets you up for the next obstacle, which means I'm going to be trotting over between those boulders behind me. To me, with the pole being here and the log being set, I would probably start going to the right. But like I said, you could go either way on your figure 8. I just feel like if I go to the right here, when I come to set my log back, I'm going to be able to set it back exactly where I found it, which is going to plus in that judge's book. Anytime they don't have to reset an obstacle, you're good, right?
So we drive on figure 8.
Stop, put back our log or put back our rope. Now here's the question, how do you get from this point to behind me? And it's at a trot, right? So what is best for your horse? Can your horse just wheel around and trot off? That sounds good, Say maybe your horse is just a little bigger, strided a little bit bigger of a horse. It doesn't say you have to do a turn on the haunches. You might put your rope up and make a nice little walk turn here and then trot. Okay? Both of them look good. But if I had a horse that couldn't do that 360 nice, or that 180 I should say, I'm probably going to just make it look real calm and relaxed. Like, hey, I can just turn right here and trot right off. Okay? This is kind of like, it's going to probably be a little bit more serpentine than this. This is a little bit more of a straight line. So you can trot over the log, trot through here, pick up a leftly lope, regular lope, okay? It says around to the end of the pin, easy, to a long trot. Now posting or standing, up to you. I tend to post in a trail pattern. I think it just gives me better cadence. But once again, I'll come back. Let's see. You can also come through and do that standing, Sometimes if you're standing over a log, they might want to break to that lope. Make it as tight as your horse can do it, but make it flow. Come back down to a regular jog and come to your gait, which is locked. So get your bolt cutters out. Cut your gate, get some baling twine, fix it back up. Oh, they'll get me. We'll just pretend for now. You shouldn't be riding through your neighbor's pasture anyways. Okay. Yeah, it's all right. I mean, you can use your imagination. So it doesn't say how to open the gate. In the AQHA rule book, there's 5 legal ways to open a gate. I know 4 of them. You can do a right-hand push or pull, left-hand push or pull, and then something else that's special, a magic one that no one knows. No. To me, this is set up very obvious that you want to do a right-hand push. If you, for some reason, want to do a right-hand pull, but say I was here, I did a right-hand push into it, I could swing my horse right around from that push, and he is lined up perfectly through that back three, right? So to me, if I was doing this at home, that would be the most efficient way.
So for that,
I can then just go straight into my back through. Now, here you're at this point, right? No, don't, it's cheating. All right. So, how do you get from here to the gate? To me, you just kind of turn, a left-hand turn, and walk to the gate. You can get fancy and like turn and do like we did earlier, just roll those shoulders over, walk to your gate, This one also pretty obvious. I think if you tried to do this right-handed, you get into trouble, but it's obviously a left-hand gate, push or pull, right? What? Yes, and for the rookie and the limited, this gate will be open, all right? So you won't do this part. You'll just come through, roll, and walk out. And that sets you up for this side pass here, which it doesn't say which way you have to side pass, but obviously if you want to be efficient, you would just walk here and side pass right, I think.
For the other ones, the senior stuff, you're going to have to work 2 gates.
So we walk out, we side pass between the 2 logs. Okay, then it says ground tie at the windmill. So, you know, get close to your windmill, stop, dismount. There's going to be a nice cooler full of beverages for y'all. Whoa. You're going to pick up your beverage, you know, crack it open, swig one back, I don't know, whatever, make it fun, but get your beverage, grab your horse, and then we're going to exit out this gate to the right, okay? So our next exhibitor can come in. So, ta-da! Yes, hold on, let me come over here where I can hear you. Here, hold on. You have to be on the mic. Oh, yeah. If I gotta do it, you gotta do it.
When you pick up your rope, you want them to go on the back side of it, even though on the way the picture's drawn, it shows them going on the front side.
Back side.
Yeah, like the bottom side. Whoops, sorry, I hit the wrong button. The way it's drawn, it shows them going on this side. It doesn't show them circling back on the bottom side of it.
Okay, so, okay, yeah, you have to talk like really close to this thing. So the question was, you know, when you go to pick up your rope, where I picked it up, you said was on the back side of it.
You turned it around, you came on this side of the tree. Do you want them to come on this side, or do y'all want them to stay on the top side, on that side of it?
Okay.
Well, they'll be
Yeah, I was doing my best with my belief TP and barrel, so,
Then there'll be a stump and a barrel there, but do
Yeah.
you want them to circle the barrel and the cow camp or whatever? Do you want them to circle all the way around the tent, come back to here, all the way around the barrel, and come back, so they're on this side of that stump, on that tree?
yeah, you should be on, the rope's gonna be hanging on your right side. So yeah, you wanna lope around, I'll just go over here and do it. Like, it's, I think I did back to, we'll just see. Okay, the question is, I'm not quite sure how I displayed this for y'all, but it might have been improper. So I'm going to try it again.
So you lope over this log.
Okay, I'm gonna do it. There is a teepee and a barrel, and you lope around it. Then it says break to a walk. Up to your drag, which is going to be here at the stump. And I think I possibly did something extra. Okay. But basically, if the rope's hanging, the rope should be hanging here on your right-hand side, you know? You want to lope around your 2 obstacles. Like it says, you have to go lope around both the teepee and the barrel, and then break to that walk. Now, it shows break into that walk past that barrel, but it's not exact, right? It says draw the pattern to exhibit your horse the best. So if you need to come around and collect a little early and break a little early, that's fine. You're not going to get dinged for that. Yeah, those are just going to be a little farther out.
and what they're asking is when you're doing your figure 8, like
Oh, to cut inside, cut in front of the drag.
if you cut in here, or do you have to? Nobody cares.
Yeah, yeah. Okay, so I guess it's when I was imaginary dragging, I went around this whole pole. And there is no right or wrong to this either. It is drawn to the inside. And honestly, if I was doing this, if I was showing this, I would go around to the inside here, okay? It's a little tighter, a little bit more maneuverable. You're not going, if you need that space to take a big gap around, you're not gonna get counted off. But the higher degree of difficulty and the better flow is to go, and how it's written is to drag that in front of this pole and then come around this backside. Yeah.
And that would probably be, I think, you know, it's not going to be exact.
Yeah, that just gives you the thing, the general gist of that. Does that help? Like, yeah, that, okay. Yeah, so,
I know either side of it.
yeah.
I think one thing there was, at one point, it was just a slip of the tongue, but you had said it was the rookie and limited
Oh.
pattern. And it's all youth plus rookie and.
Okay. Yeah. Right lead. Oh, thanks. Okay. Y'all do what I say, not know what I did, not what I say. So I said left lead, obviously, not left lead, right lead. Okay. But okay, what was that? Yeah, Karen said that it can go either way and it doesn't matter as long as you drag a figure 8.
And you can include the standard in the circle so you can put it back so you don't end up doing a funky line.
Yes, and you can include the standard in the figure 8 if that kind of shows off your pattern better. But you know, it might be set here where those are far enough away that you can go, you know.
Well, if I went
Right first. You would include it in the back part of your left one. You know what I'm saying? I wouldn't include it in my right, but I would include it as I finish off this left figure 8. I would go wider. And if you went left first, you can come around. And do the same thing to your right. It has to be, to me, like I said, they don't care as long as it ends up being a figure 8 and correct. But to me, if you go left first, it puts your log, it's harder to get your log straight. If you go right first, this gives you a better angle with your log to get it straight and going. But the logs, you're gonna have to widen it out, include that standard in the back part, whatever is your second circle of your figure 8. Does that make sense?
Yes, yes. So either way you have to include the standard.
Yeah, either way it's going to have to be done that way because,
But they're not going to penalize you if you choose to put the drag back on the opposite side that you picked it up. Make Karen know.
well, the opposite side.
So if I pick it up, if it's hanging on the right, and I drag it back, and I hang it up, where now it's hanging on the left, and they have to send somebody out to go fix it, and I can fix it.
I would say yes, but let me go ask the boss because typical rule is you want to leave that log back where it is, where it's easy for the next exhibitor to exhibit. So whether you go right or left is fine as long as that rope ends up, because if you put it on the other side, that would just be weird. But don't you, Karen, right? Like it needs to go back so that the rope in the log's on your right-hand side. Like she's asking, yeah, it doesn't, you can't put it back on the opposite end.
You should, it's gonna be better to do it. It's not an OP, but it's
Yeah.
not ideal.
How about, yeah, you're probably gonna get knocked a little bit if you don't put it back on that right-hand side. You're not gonna get an off pattern, but they're not gonna like it as much. How about that? All right. Yes, talk right into it.
Can you explain the best way to ground tie with romells and then how to use them to walk or trot off at the end to get
Okay.
them over the head?
Okay. So the question is here with the remals, you know, what do you do with them when you ground tie? And there is no hard and fast rule with what you have to do. You know, you got to do what you want. Some people unclip one side, lay it on the ground like you would do if you had split reins. Mine, I like them too much for that. So I personally leave mine over the saddle horn. To lead out, several different ways. How would you lead your horse at home? You know, some people just grab them by the shank and drag them, but that's normally what you get, if you like drag them by the shank. Some people, we just had this discussion actually earlier, do some crazy stuff where they throw the tail over and grab it all and lead them by the neck so that they don't drag their face. Not saying that that's the wrong or right thing. Or some, you know, like we said, you just unclip, get your nice pretty remals off the ground and walk them out, you know. Basically, you're going to want to see that that horse leads willingly next to you. And if your horse doesn't lead willingly next to you at a trot, don't do it. Just don't do it. Like this one, not so great right now, okay? So I'm just going to just let him meander next to me looking pretty. But yeah, there is no exact rule on that. So do what shows your horse best.
Do people ever use get-down ropes in this situation?
Yes, and it is legal to ride with a get-down rope around their neck. And you could absolutely, if you had a get-down rope, use that. Use that as your ground tie. Mm-hmm. Yes. Yeah, it is a little, so I did work it earlier before my neighbor locked me out. But, oh, and it's unlocked now. So I'll show you. Yes. Oh, the one that he just asked? The next one is here at the gate, which is now unlocked, that I can go work, was that it is kind of awkward with the latch being right next to the panel. Oh, well, there you go. And they're going to work on it. But it's not undoable. I don't know about y'all, but some of my stuff that I put together is just a little awkward at home. It's like what I had, so the panels don't really fit, you know? It's not about being as exact in a regular trail, okay? It's more about, can you work it efficiently? So like here, you know, and are they going to have to pull the bar, Karen? Like, is it going to be like this where they just have to push and open it, or is it actually going to be latched? Okay, but like for the other ones, they're going to have to actually pull the bar. Yeah. Yeah, so it'll be where you can reach down and pop that open. Yeah, and the rookie is just going to be wide open. Yeah, do the push gate over there. Yeah.
Hey, can you ground tie with hobbles?
Let me check. I know in APHA you can. It is legal to use hobbles. Yes, you can use hobbles, and yep. So yes, you slap those bad boys on and go get your beer. Okay, so this is going to be she wants me to work this as a push. So we have to, gonna have to pop that thing open. Walk, turn, close, back. Yes, I'm being lazy. They are going to grease this so it's not, and they're slam latches, so you don't, it should slam, but you know. Use your core muscles, it's a little tight. Open it, close it, back up. Then this will be, so, now let me ask a question here. And so, when on that second gate, when you have it open,
What's that?
on this second gate that's open for them to ride through,
Yes.
like it's all the way open, like it's
Yeah, it'll be way open in the.
those will be further out.
Those will be where they can. Reach
Okay.
it. We have plenty of real estate.
Yes. Okay. Yeah. So, like we said, this isn't exactly how it's going to be set up. So, for your rookies and limiteds, where in youth, where this gate's open, this side pass and everything's going to be a little further down. Okay. So, this will be open, but not in your way of this, so you can walk out and make your turn. Yes. Yeah.
So I was just curious, like, it says there's going to be cows in here and some maneuver around them. What if like, they're, like, obstructing one of the pools we need to go over or something? Is that, like...
Okay. Yeah. Mhm.
So the question was.
Bonus points.
If the cows are obstructing an actual obstacle, like right smack in front of a load pole or chop pole, if that is the case, before your ride starts, someone will move them off of there so they're not in your way. The question was then, what if they're moving during your ride? There's going to be hay flags strategically placed around the pens. I will not tell you where the hay will be, but I will tell you the hay will not be on top of the low-cover trot-over poles. So I'm probably statistically, it's possible that it will happen in the middle of your ride, but we will cross that bridge when we come to it.
Yeah, and I know, like, the cow thing's, like, kind of freaky, but, you know, I've been assured that these cows are experienced cows, and so they know this drill, and if you ever worked around cows, they're not going to be meandering out here most likely. They're going to be at the exit gate waiting to go back to their buddies. But it might be wonderful, and they might be out here just meandering around looking great, but, you know, probably not. We'll see. Yes. I don't think so. Go ahead.
How far away do you think the cooler will be for the ground tie? Like, do people have to walk really far? Or
That might just be a surprise. Yeah, the thing was, how far is that cooler going to be? How much do I got to trust my pony? And I probably have to trust him a little bit where you might not get back to him, you know? But, like, it is what it is. Like, just trust him. But, I mean, it's not, you know, you could probably, if you put a good jog, could catch him, you know?
will the distance change over the divisions at all?
It could. The distance could change over the divisions depending on how experienced you are.
Okay.
So,
Thank you.
Just confirmed and limited does not drag.
correct. Limited does not drag. All right. Boom.
Wait, limited does?
Give me easy ones, y'all.
When you take the drink out of the cooler, do you keep it or do you have to put it back in? I'm asking for a friend.
Yeah. She wants to know if it's booze, do you get to keep it? She might not have said it that way, but whatever surprise they have in there is for you, whether it be Jell-O shots, beer, or water.
I'll tell her.
Yeah. Yeah.
Back the L so we can see the spacing.
Okay, I'm gonna back the L real quick. Okay. I'll back this and come right over there. So some of these, not all of this, will be out, but yes, some of this will be out to ride. All right, so the back through, and you know, once again, this spacing could change. Right now, it is pretty generous because I'm not good at this, but I got some room. So here, you know, there's your chance. You can either turn or, I don't know, like make an extra turn through there if you wanted to give yourself a little more room. And oh, there I'm at my gate, you know. No, you're still backing through. Still backing through. Just says, be efficient. Like, however you can get from there to this gate smoothly, you're all right. As long as I don't, like, do a spin or something, you know. Yeah. What? No, that wouldn't be very efficient. That would be backing around another obstacle. Like, no, I'm just backing and clearing my horse from the obstacle. You know, this is just the L, right? So I'm not adding an extra back. I'm more like he's pretty long, but I've seen some of y'all's big ranch horses. They're bigger than him. And depending on how this is, you might not be able to clear it. I mean, that's legit. So if I'm legit stuck in here, I'm gonna have to move. If I was in the pasture and I got in a situation like that, I'm gonna have to move my horse's hip around to get where I need to go, you know? So that is not a hard and fast, and it's not adding anything or taking away. I'm not doing an extra loop around. So we're assured it's legal if you want to do that. Yes, ma'am.
So we just want to know if this is going to be locked or open, or what the hours that people can practice.
Yeah, I don't do rules, y'all.
So the question is about arena availability over the night. The arena gates will be open, the dirt will be available, the pen will be locked back up, there'll be no practice in there, or the gates. For one thing, we've got to do some work on the gates. A few of the elements will probably stay out there. The rocks will be taken in, the windmill's going to come in, but at least you can get your horses in here all night. That's a little change of plans. It's a little more lenient than we originally intended, but there have been some horses out here already, and we want to make sure everybody has the same opportunity. So it will be open until 5:30 or 6 a.m. in the morning, and then it'll be shut down.
Fight for it. I'm gonna go ladies first. Who is down here? All right.
So I think this question's for Karen. Did we decide if it's legal to do a push or a pull gate on either one?
5 ways are legal to open the gate. You can do anything that you want. It does not specify in that pattern.
It's drawn as.
That just shows.
It's just, yeah. You know, the people, if you've ever had to design one of these trail patterns, you will understand. If y'all ever saw that thing on Facebook where it was like, hey, you try to make the stall chart. Drawing these trail patterns is like that, because you only have so many options of clip art that you can put on that thing. And so the gate's kind of where the gate is, you know? So always, and this is a rule I'm sure y'all have heard, always go what's written in the pattern. Yeah, you know, and like, you know, the same thing with the drag, you know, the little trot to go back to the serpentines kind of off to the side there. Well, that's because if you did the other way, there'd be too many lines, and who could know where you were going? So they had to find some open space.
Did you feel as a rider that you could push that gate fine, or did you feel it was tight?
I felt like that was a little tight as a push. When it looked good, yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, my natural instinct was that I pulled it. So yeah, I would say, yeah, when I pushed it, it's like, that bail's there, and my horse is like, oh, maybe I should eat that while I'm going around. And so, yeah, if I had to do that again, I would probably do that as a pull. Yes. No, not you.
At the end it asks, or it says you can either walk or trot. Is it a higher degree of display? Is it going to be rewarded more if you trot out with your horse? Or since you have your nice drink in your hand, you don't want to splash it around?
Well, how about that? That was a great, you don't want to splash your drink, so you're not going to trot out. But have you ever done that, keep the wine in the glass while you're riding? I know. So, yeah, they're probably, if you have a good trotting horse, it's going to plus. To me, it's just real hard to plus that walkout. even though it's real pretty. You know, if he leads right next to you and he's still walking, it's still not as impressive as you just like, boom, hitting a trot and he just follows you like a puppy dog, you know. But not saying it can't happen. It's up to the judge's discretion, right? But yeah, exactly. You know, there's several reasons why you would walk, you know, and like I said, especially don't go for the higher degree of difficulty trotting your horse out if he lags behind you. You know, you're going to minus. It's much better to 0 or maybe plus half instead of go for the +1, +1.5 and blow it. And now you're in the minuses, which is not bueno. So do what you're comfortable with. And if you can push it to a trot and it's going to be awesome, go for it. And then I promised this guy down here I would answer his question. Okay, who is down here? It was you.
I have 2 questions.
Okay.
You want him to swing the rope as a youth or just pick it up and tote it?
Okay, the question was, in the youth, do you...
For the limited youth, I'm sorry.
Sorry, limited youth.
Sorry.
And the ones that don't drag.
Yes.
Do you swing the rope like we did in the ranch riding today? Or do you just carry it? And it doesn't say. And I'm going to say, Karen's going to say, do what you feel comfortable with. You know, it doesn't say you have to swing it. So well, if it wads up in a knot, all they have to do is carry it. So why don't they just pick up and fix it?
So the question is, if it's wadded up, if the rope is wadded up in those classes that pick up the rope, is it going to be fixed first? If it is wadded up and falling and it's unable to be picked up and show your horse well, it will be fixed. It is not going to be perfectly recoiled every time. So, you know, that's a judge's call, play it by ear. We're not resetting. This is designed to show all your options, show what you can do. And I don't know what it looks like around your place, but once in a while, our ropes don't get hung up like they're supposed to, so. So the question is the kid going to be penalized if that rope's not good and they drop it, recoil it, fix it? Absolutely not. There'd be no penalty there. If that's a kid that wants to swing that rope and they need to take a second and do some adjustment to get it, absolutely not. There's no penalty application there at all. The only penalty application that would come about is if you drop the rope, and that's why if it's just unmanageable, we'll make sure everybody has a fair shot.
And how about, can I add to this, because this has been brought up a couple times, and it's in the rule book, and I think people don't either know it or haven't thought about it, but if you are dragging, once you dally, you are committed. You have started that maneuver. So if you've now realized, oh poo, I cut this like way too close to my horse, I need to lengthen it out, I would suggest slipping rope and not undallying, because if you undally, you've just off-patterned. Okay? So you pick your rope up, you dally, or you walk off, you get your rope where you want and you dally, however you do that. You got to stick with what you got. If you're too short, like I said, you can let some rope slide. There's no rule to that. You're kind of out of luck if you've gotten it too long. If you got it too long, you're just going to have to swing wider. You've got a bigger trailer to drive around the obstacle, unfortunately, you know.
Can we watch you drag today?
One over there? Yes.
Can we watch you drag today?
Can they watch me drag today? I can probably, if we just get that thing, I can just drag it right here. Okay, and then there was a question over here.
It's just freaking over that food trough, and you don't want to have a wreck. Can you forgo that and just take a 0 on that, and will you still get a score, or what?
Okay.
Or should I just scratch?
Okay, I get what you're saying.
Yeah.
Okay. This is a good question.
It's a young horse.
A lot of people are here with young horses, or this is your first time here, and you know the drag feed trough, I admit, can be intimidating to some horses and people at first. And her question is, if you absolutely know your horse is going to refuse at this drag, can you just forgo dragging, take your 0 in the class, and finish your pattern? And I think that's acceptable, as long as you don't refuse out, correct? Okay, so she knows. She's here on a green horse. She knows it's going to not drag, or not even go by the drag.
Yeah.
Can she take her 0 and trot her pattern?
Or like her OP on.
Yeah, just get her OP and finish the pattern.
OP,
Yeah, as long as you don't refuse. If you don't refuse it 3 times, you're all right.
It's an OP and it'll be below any other
Yeah.
scores that are not an OP.
Yeah, yeah. So yes, you can take your OP, get your horse in here and finish your pattern.
If things are looking better tomorrow, can you attempt it?
You can attempt it, but here's the deal.
You feel like you're in danger.
Right. If it gets dangerous, stop, because the judge will whistle you out anyways. And you obviously don't want to put yourself in a bad situation. And also, if you keep on attempting it, you get 2 attempts. 3rd one, you're out. So you might attempt it. If you know you can't get it on your 3rd one, just go ahead and go on about your business and go to the next one, you know.
Trot the figure 8.
Yep, I would go ahead and trot that figure 8, you know. And
Don't worry about dragging.
yeah, just don't worry about dragging. Keep your pattern flowing. Your OP is going to be placed below anything else, but you know, you got in, you paid your money, you got your experience, and they're not going to whistle you out as long as you keep it safe.
They asked again if the water, if drinks cold water, if it's theirs. Yes. Grab a bottle of water.
Yes, yes, the drinks are free, y'all. It's happy hour. Grab one and go, okay? Please take one. Okay.
So you showed when you side passed, you kind of walked up, stopped, and you were like this to the windmill, and then you got off and ground tied and walked to your cooler.
Mhm.
But can you just side pass over, face the wind, go around, and go to the back of your horse?
That's a great question. You know, so when I side passed, I kind of walked up, and then I got straight with the cooler, and I ground tied and went on, and she wanted to know if she could just side pass that puppy over to the windmill if it's close enough, per se, and get off and ground tie and go get her drink. And yes, it doesn't say how you have to ground tie at the windmill. And in my opinion, if that's super efficient, like, the thing is, if it's so much side passing that it's not as efficient as walking there, don't make the judge go, well, why'd she do that? She could have just turned. But if it's close enough where it's like, well, I'll just go 4 more steps and I'm right there. And then it's a higher degree of difficulty if you're going behind your horse where he can't see you.
Yes.
Yeah, so it can work out.
Yes.
But
There'll be about 100 pounds in there. Everybody else.
okay.
Hold it a foot.
Yeah. Oh, yeah, here's some talent right here. Drag and.
Or do you want me to?
I think I can do it. Let's try it. Oh, and I don't have horn rubber on either. All right, so we're gonna drag a figure 8, y'all, and talk on the microphone. Oh my gosh. So, I do not mean to spook y'all's horses, but this drag's got about 100 pounds in it. They drug on foot. I have it a little bit longer than I would like it, but like I said, I did not put rubber on my horn, which I'm regretting that there.
They're asking about the weight. It's about 100 pounds. Very small calf. Dragging it to the fire.
Yeah, yeah.
You don't have rubber on your horn. Get
Yeah.
rubber on your horn and it'll be
Yeah, don't do what I did, all right? I wore my cow horse saddle out here. And I'm gonna blame my husband because I told him to put rubber on this horn and it didn't get done. So it's all Trey's fault. But it's 100 pounds. It got long because I don't have rubber to get bite, but y'all need horn rubber. This is heavy enough that you need rubber on your horn. But it honestly, like you saw them, they pulled it by hand. But be prepared for some weight back there, you know. If you really wanted to, you could do it, but I'll drag it back to y'all. I'll get it. Okay. Okay, 2 more questions. That's it. So, where is it? Okay. Yes, ma'am.
I have a short horse, and I'm worried the rope will do what yours did. Is it okay if I take my dolly and then I still have the tail and I hold down the pull rope while I'm pulling?
Yes, that's, yes.
And then I'm pushing that down?
Yes, that's fine, but there's no rule on how you have to drag. How about that? As long as it looks safe to the judges.
Safer than it coming up over here on my
Well, and that didn't happen. So that happened, 1, if I had horn rubber on, it wouldn't have slipped. And 2, if it wasn't slipping, then I wouldn't have taken a bad angle. So when your horse goes too tight and he doesn't fade his hip off, it's going to cut behind you. So you got to keep your angles more straight and not tight, not a tight turn, and it won't cross up and up over your body. Okay. Yeah, so the wider your stroke, just like driving a trailer, you won't jackknife it if you don't make a sharp turn. So, yes, last question.
This has to do with arena priority. There's ranch riding happening tomorrow. There's trail happening tomorrow. Which one has priority?
Okay. Yeah, that was a good question. It's like we have ranch riding and trail, and some people are in both. Which arena has priority? And I can just say that I know they will work with you, but that means you might have to go earlier in one arena than you would in the other.